We've just heard about the mineral potential for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It's just doubled. Huge potential there. This is the birthplace of the notion of the super region.
Right.
So can I play one against the other there? Is this about you, or is actually this about pushing out and benefiting the whole super region?
It's both. I think if you look at, one, the question is why the super region is kind of a foolish question. There is a super region. The vast majority of the minerals required for the energy transition occur geologically from West Asia all the way through Africa. So there is a super region, it exists. And it just so happens that Saudi Arabia is centrally located there. And we've got a head start in Saudi. Ma'aden is going to celebrate its 25th anniversary this year, and some of the inherent characteristics that have made Ma'aden successful over the past 25 years, and really over the past decade or so, I think need to be transferred across the entire region. A couple of things. When Saudi was developing its mining sector, it had the humility to realize it couldn't do it alone. It didn't have the know-how to do it alone. So we brought in Mosaic, we brought in Sabic to help develop our phosphate business. And now it's the third largest exporter of phosphates in the world. We had bauxite resources, but we didn't know what to do with them, so we brought in Alcoa. Now we've got the mandate to explore the entire kingdom, so we brought in Barrick, we brought in Ivanhoe. So one is the humility to understand nobody can do it alone, like Stuart said. Two is sharing of the economic value. I would rather have 50% of something than 100% of nothing. So if we all continue to insist on building the entire value chain in our small jurisdiction, it's not going to happen. So we've got to figure out an equitable way to distribute the economic rents of the valuable resources that are here. And then there's the element of speed. The beauty of being a part of Saudi Arabia at this point in time is speed of execution and bias for action. There is not a lot of time for talking. We have deadlines to hit, KPIs to hit in order to achieve our objectives for 2030. There's nothing that says that that can't be expanded across a broader region of multiple jurisdictions. An alignment of vision, a unity of the way we want to do things.
But this is where, and I'm going to open this up a little bit and maybe get on one or two nitty-gritties here. This is also where, we're talking about speed, we've talked about reputation, and we've talked about the importance of issues of sustainability, of ESG. These are massive contradictions, it seems to me. To put all those wonderful guardrails in place to ensure a better mining perspective, a better mining industry, better results for countries looking to develop, that will take time.
Not necessarily. I mean, there's nothing contradictory about being a responsible miner. We talked about ICMM. Let's establish how we want to do this as responsible miners. Let's talk about how we're going to exist in the communities in which we operate. We're doing it, and it's not contradictory. I think you can do both. We can walk and chew gum at the same time as an industry if we get out of our own way. I think it's interesting that we have an American running a Saudi Arabian company sitting next to a Chinese guy, along with 2/3 of the world represented this year talking about critical minerals. So we don't necessarily need to agree on everything to agree that if we're going to solve climate change, if we're going to feed the world, if we're going to fuel economic growth around the globe, we need to figure this out. And we're all here together to do that. And this is a unique forum where we're all kind of leaving our own agendas at the door a little bit to have a discussion for 2 or 3 days in Riyadh to do that. So I think that's pretty cool.